What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. Happy Friday and happy St. Patrick's Day to all my Irish brothers and sisters. A lot of information to cover in this video, and I'm going to wrap it up telling you how I believe XRP could fit into this new global financial system. A big update on Monday. 11,000 institutions will be migrating to the ISO 222 standard. Let's hop right into the content, guys. So this came out last night. A little bit late, so I didn't make a video immediately. A federal judge has rejected the U.S. SEC's attempts to claim that cryptocurrencies must be regulated by them. The Congress makes the laws, not the SEC. And we've seen Gary Gensler's approach over the past 6 months during his tenure as the chairman of the SEC, basically pursuing this regulation by enforcement meta. And this federal judge has said, stand down, Gary. You guys are not allowed to regulate cryptocurrencies. James K. Hyland, he says, S.S. Friedman, policy advisor for Ripple, reminds Senator Warren that crypto is a legal industry within the U.S. and globally that deserves to be banked. We're seeing all these crypto banks being shut down because of their failures, and it's hard for crypto companies now to have a place to store their assets. And many people are hypothesizing the reason that we've seen Bitcoin go on such a massive run the past few days is because a lot of these blockchain companies, they don't have banking access. So where are you going to put your money if you can't put it in a bank? If you're a crypto company, maybe crypto. And you can see right now, Bitcoin has kissed this upper barrier, this 28K range. Yes, you could see a little bounce back to 24K, but things are looking good right now in the market. And I'm not going to read this tweet because I'm scared of censorship. You know, that's very common where we're at right now. But take a read at this. And Donald Trump, you know, politics aside, I don't want to get into politics. There's a reason they say that you don't talk about politics in religion because it usually never resolves anyone's opinions. Everyone's political beliefs is dictated by their life experiences. This is important for everyone to realize. You cannot change someone's life experience. Maybe you can show them certain life experiences, but people's political ideologies are based off their life experiences. That's why it's really hard to get people to agree with you sometimes. Do you guys think they're going to do whatever they can to not allow this guy, Trump, to run for president? I'm not a super politically inclined person. I do have opinions. I'm not here to talk about those opinions, but I'm curious what you guys think about this. Drop a comment in the comment section below. And here we have the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Putin. I'm not going to say Putin is the greatest guy, but I think this is a strong arm from the West. What about Obama, the most drone strikes in history? What about Clinton? What about Cheney and Bush? If you're going to go after this guy, let's keep the standard consistent, right? As always, guys, I give away $10 in XRP every day on the channel. To enter the giveaway, just like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. The winner from yesterday is in the video description below. And really quick, guys, thanks for the support on the channel. It genuinely means a lot to me. I'm not just saying that. It's the best month I've had on YouTube, so God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you for supporting the channel. When I see comments telling people they like the content, it really does give me good feedback. It lets me know I'm making content that you guys support. And when I don't get those kind of feedbacks, those kind of comments, those likes, I know I need to do something different. So I appreciate you giving me that feedback. It really does mean a lot. Moving forward, guys, BitBoy Crypto is basically countersuing FTX over this drama. Take a listen to this clip really quick.
Our $25,000 portfolio. Now, you guys know we've said FTT, one of the biggest coins of the year, I think, or one of the biggest coins of the next bull run, is going to do absolutely phenomenal. And the
So he calls FTX, the FTX's token, FTT, one of the biggest tokens of the next bull run. BitBoy was extremely bullish on FTT. He was shilling it on his YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. And this guy says, oh my gosh, this is pure comedy this morning. Class action lawsuit against FTX, names BitBoy. He denies ever shilling them. It's kind of hard to deny ever shilling them. I mean, it depends what your definition of shilling is. I think BitBoy has done a lot of great stuff for the crypto space in recent months, in this past year. However, it's a lot easier to have ethics and morals once you're rich in the silk sheets, or maybe it's the opposite. But let me know your thoughts on BitBoy Crypto in the comment section below. I don't think he's a bad guy, and I think he's doing good stuff for the crypto space. And also, if you guys do use Twitter, I got my blue check mark. I'm paying that $11 a month. you guys have any good information, any good stories, best spot to get me is on Twitter. Just tweet them at me, and I'd love to include them in future videos. So this is what I talked about at the beginning. 11,000 financial institutions are migrating on Monday. Over 200 countries are migrating to the new ISO 20022 payment system. This is a standard that all banks will be using, and it basically is a messaging and data standard for these banks. And there's only a few cryptos that comply to this ISO 20022 standard already. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, tokens like Quant, HBAR, XRP, I believe XLM. Comment below. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of XRP comments, but what is your favorite ISO 222 token besides XRP? I'm pretty much an XRP maxi when it comes to those ISO 222 ones, but give me another ISO 222 token that you think I should look into. Speaking of tokens, if you guys need a spot to get XRP or digital assets, I recommend Uphold. It's where I buy my XRP and dollar cost average every single day. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. There's a link to Uphold in the video description below. And moving forward, look at this chart right here. Do you see this? You see this absolute verticality? This is the discount window for the Federal Reserve primary credit lending. 2008 had a massive spike. Why? Because the Federal Reserve had to lend out to these banks to bail them out. In the COVID-19, can't say that on this website, during that era, we had another little spike. Look at the spike we've gotten right now. And we're only 3 years into the month. Another tweet about, oh, please tell me I can find it. Another tweet from the Federal Reserve right here, guys. Look at the total assets for the Federal Reserve right here, okay? The Fed expanded its balance sheet by $300 billion this week, the fourth greatest weekly increase ever. And the only 3 increases that exceeded this past week were during the COVID-19 stimulus bonanza. So we are truly in crazy times. I'm not here to spread FUD. To me, it's honestly entertainment. I'm excited to see where the economy goes. If it goes down, it's always smart to have some cash on the sidelines. The worst situation you can be in, besides not having any cash and just being poor or broke, is when the market goes down and you're totally invested, because then you can't buy the dip. You can't dollar cost average and lower your buys. So I'm showing you these charts not to alarm you, but just to let you know we are in very similar situations to past recessions, and that could very well be where we're already at right now. If you guys want $40 guaranteed really quick, just sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You can get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically, you're just going to get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. You're guaranteed a minimum stock value of $40. A link to Webull in the video description below. And now what I was saying at the beginning of this video, how does Ripple really fit into this future financial system? So I want to talk about a 2016 conference called Bretton Woods at 75. It celebrated the IMF and the World Bank turning 75 years old. The Bretton Woods conference, this happened in 1944 after the World War. And this is when they decided to make the US dollar the world reserve currency. 75 years later, the world reserve currency, the dollar, not doing so hot, right? Inflation is rampant in all these markets. And the conference 7 years ago, they knew this was coming, was titled Rethinking International Cooperation. The focus was how the dollar is not optimal for the global financial system. And the second message was that there is a need for more equal power structure between major currencies, right? The US dollar is in a league of its own when it comes to power and influence. What they talk about here is the Keynes plan and the Triffin plan. And this, to me, just screams something like XRP. Now, I'm not a moon boy, and I'm not going to tell you that XRP is guaranteed to be used, because that's like basically saying God is 100% real, right? I'm a man of faith, but I think it's as silly to say God isn't real as to say he is real, right? The Keynes-Triffin plan was an alternative set of proposals for international monetary institutions proposed by John Keynes at the Bretton Woods negotiations in 1944. Get this, the Keynes plan would involve the creation of an international monetary unit, the Ban Corps. The plan was rejected, and the International Monetary Fund was set up instead on lines proposed by the United States. So they're talking about an international monetary unit, basically a currency that doesn't prescribe to any one sovereign nation, but a currency for the entire world. I'm not a fan of globalization. I love different cultures. I love different parts of the world. I don't want everything to be the same. I think differences are beautiful. But the world is trending towards globalization. That's just a fact. This Bancor was a supranational currency, conceptualized in 1940. This newly created supranational currency would then be used in an international trade as a unit of account within a multilateral clearing system, the International Clearing Union, which would also have to be founded. So this International Clearing Union, they describe essentially as an international central bank. And then throughout this conference, it's hours long, it's a few days. You can watch the full conference if you want. Tweet at me if you want this link. I'll probably just tweet it out. But it's clear that the IMF wants to play the role as that global central bank. They say, and I quote, "The IMF could show up as an intermediary between the Federal Reserve, since we're talking about dollars and other central banks." And why I say it's an intermediary is because many countries, say India or Brazil, would enjoy benefiting from the swap lines, but do not currently because the Federal Reserve worries about sovereign risk. Well, the IMF could appear in the middle, take the sovereign risk back, because swap lines with its SDR, special drawing rights, say with the dollar, and then give a swap line to Indian rupee or Brazilian real. Therefore, the IMF is adopting risk. So the United States Federal Reserve does not interact with a lot of third world countries that have really volatile currencies because it exposes them to risk. So I was just kind of dogging on globalization, but one of the benefits of this international central bank, to be totally transparent, one of the good things is that it would take risk away from these other markets, and it would kind of unite swap lines. India and the Federal Reserve would be able to swap and trade more because there's less risk involved for both parties because there's that centralized middleman. All right, I'm not going to bore you about that article. Let's move on. Interesting stuff about Bank of America here, guys. Check out their balance sheet. Bank of America has $113 billion of unrealized losses on its balance sheet. This represents more than 60% of tangible book value. And I don't have the tweet pulled up, my apologies, but I saw a tweet that Bank of America is looking into buy Signature Bank. These banks that are going under, they are only allowing other banks to buy these banks. Why? Because when you own a bank, you need a bank charter. And banks already have bank charters. So if you let another bank buy that bank, they're already set up. They already have the legal infrastructure to run a bank. If you let a private equity group or a hedge fund, they don't have a bank charter. So they're not really going to buy that bank to then run it as a bank. They're buying it more just for pure profit. But it doesn't look good to me when you have $113 billion of unrealized losses, and that's 60% of your tangible book value. This could be why we've heard Bank of America is on the sidelines, ready to use on-demand liquidity, because the balance sheets are not looking too hot right now. Take a listen to this clip right here from Fox News.
More importantly, Neil, why is our government going after the crypto business? Signature, they initially announced that the issue was they were banking crypto and making loans. They weren't. They were just banking crypto, and even the New York Financial Services Department, the head of that, has acknowledged crypto had nothing to do with Signature. Barney Frank, the former chair of the House Financial Services Committee, has said it appears that this is an attack on crypto. In fact, two sources have told Reuters that anybody who buys Signature has to agree they will not bank crypto. So it's really interesting, Neil. More questions to be answered. If you look at the Fed, which just announced that this summer it's going to release or going to kick off its Fed Now program, which is a payment system that would settle payments within seconds. It's interesting. Is our government competing with the private sector?
It is very interesting. The Federal Reserve announces they're going to launch their Fed Now instant payment service. And then they're telling people, hey, if you buy a Signature Bank, you're not allowed to custody crypto companies' money. And Tom Emmer, a congressman, says it's clear the administration is weaponizing market chaos to end crypto. Can't say this word on YouTube anymore. Kind of crazy, guys. Another reason why you should follow me on Twitter, because you never know what can happen to my channel, knock on wood. But if you guys like my content, definitely give me a follow on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, ignore it. I want to bring you back to this picture I put out the other day, talking about the internet. This article right here from December of 2000. In the year 2000, man, I was 8 years old playing my computer games. I had probably not broadband internet. You guys remember when you couldn't use your telephone at the same time you were using your internet? And when you connected to AOL online, it would go, you know, the good old days. The internet may just be a passing fad as millions give up on it. Innovation is squashed in the early days, right? The powers that be, the people that really hold the reins and influence in society, they don't want to let that grasp loosen, right? Until they have enough invested, until they can basically still maintain their influence and allow this innovation. People thought the internet would only be used for email. Now look at the internet. People think blockchain will only be used for payments. That is quite the opposite. Blockchain is going to revolutionize the supply chain, healthcare, sports tickets, collectibles. The blockchain is the next revolution of the internet. And pat yourselves on the back. A lot of my subscribers, you guys are older people. Let's do an age check really quick. Comment your age in the comment section below. I know I have some grandmas, some grandpas, some fathers and mothers, and some young people here. But a lot of people my age who are younger don't know much about crypto. They don't care to learn about it. And a lot of older people especially definitely don't want to learn about it. So if you guys are older and you're doing the hard work, doing your research, setting up yourself for a better financial future, give yourselves a pat on the back, seriously, because not a lot of people have that ability to critically think. Moving forward here, guys. Actually, nope, that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end of this video, this is a longer one. Comment signature bank in the comment section below. That's how I know you watched the full video. 17 minutes long, so thank you for giving me 17 minutes of your day. God bless you all, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.